Hey y'all, it's Kiara Nicole here, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of the Kiara Nicole Experience. This episode, it's titled "I Built My Business in Survival Mode" because that's literally what I did. I literally came up with the Kiara Nicole Experience after I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis on 11/11/24. Um, it was one of those things that came together effortlessly, but like it was so necessary. I was going through a lot, baby. When I say a lot, I mean I was in a really rough patch. I was hurting bad. I felt like I was at the best, at the highest peak, like I was in my prime. I felt like I was at the highest peak in my life when I got diagnosed with MS. Um, I lost it all. When I got sick, I lost my home, I lost my job, I lost my car. Like I had never been so low. I had never been so broke. I had never been at rock bottom before. And it is a very humbling place to be. I'm grateful now that I am no longer in that position and I am pushing and I am battling and I am fighting my way through. And I do not look like what I am going through on the inside. Yes, I hurt. Yes, I ache. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I have MS. But looking at me on the outside, you would not be able to tell, baby. I make this shit look good. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all for me to pull it off. And I am forever grateful for all of the support and the encouragement and everything that everybody gives to me that helps me get through. Um, I'm grateful for the people that understand, baby, I'm tired. Like, yeah, I want to hang out, but like sometimes I get a little tired. And yes, it might take me a little longer to do some things, but baby, I want to go. Just call me. I'm that friend that's always going to go. I'm that person that's always down to do what I do. Okay. I build my businesses in survival mode so that I would be able to live the life the way I want to live it. Okay. I own the Kiara Nicole Experience as my umbrella company. And under that company, I operate about 4 to 5 businesses. One DBA, my very first 12 years ago, got it off the muscle. I was the baker in the hood, you feel me? Everybody came to me for the sweets and the cupcakes and the treats and the edibles and all of that. I was the key to the streets. Okay. That's where I got the name Key to the Sweets. My brother actually made it up. Shout out to him. Um, and I was great at that. And it brought income in and I was able to quit my jobs and I was able to get it from the mud. I was pregnant. You know what I mean? I had a lot going on. My mother had died. So like it was a lot going on with me, but it was a passion that I still have to this day that if at any moment I'm strong enough to get back in that kitchen, I definitely would. Um, the second business that I went into was Highly Favored Hands. I am the first female in the tri state DMV area to do a full body intimate massage. I went viral on TikTok. Um, it was crazy, but then haters came in, and you know how that goes. Got my page deleted and all of that. I had to start over. That kind of discouraged me because I was offering the total package. I did have an OnlyFans account. It's still somewhere out there. And yes, I still cash out, baby. I make a bag in my sleep. However, I no longer post on it. Um, I have done that effortlessly. Just like I baked effortlessly. I was good at it because it was something that I truly enjoyed doing. I was great at massages because it was something I truly enjoyed doing. From there, I now am branded as Elevated Pour with Key and Company. That's the mobile bartending service, or we bartend different events and parties and barbecues and date night. You want to, on a girls' night, whatever. If you need me, call me, and me or my company will be there to show you a luxurious time. You are gonna have a ball, I promise. With that, I have constructed Poor Profits Consulting. That's for the businesses. That's for anybody that serves alcohol or sells alcohol. Anybody that is in the red and they're trying to figure out how or why. Um, my consulting company comes in and we take a look at everything. We watch our pours. We watch how everything is going and the ingredients that are used, and we put together the calculations to help you get out of the red. We show you where you're going wrong, from staff training to um, your inventory and just how everything works. Um, with those following up, I have been trying to work on my motivational speaker bit where I am um, motivating and encouraging others that there is purpose after the pivot. Because, baby, I pivoted and I was at rock bottom. And I felt like I had no purpose. I felt like God had snatched everything away from me. And I'm not strong enough to do the things I love to do anymore. And I can't go to work anywhere. And I can't really take care of my children the way I should and I want to. And I was down bad, baby. I was hurting real bad, and I had to try to figure out how or where or what my purpose was in life. I got in therapy, and I was chatting with my therapist weekly, and we were trying to figure out what it was that I can do and what I can't do, and how my environment was holding me back, and how I was miserable, and how some of my actions were affecting the things that I love, and how there was blockages, and how I was able to battle my way through all of that, and how everything was able to happen for a reason. Okay, it was all able to happen for a reason for me, and I had to pray about it. I had a praying grandmother. Baby, I had to pray about it, and I had to pray my way out of that hole, because I was in a hole. I was in a deep depression. I felt like there was no reason for me to live anymore. I was giving up on myself to the point to where my body was going back, was declining, where I feel like I'm pushing, I'm trying every single day. I stopped trying. I stopped pushing. I stopped fighting. I stopped trying to make my body do what I knew it could do. I stopped. And that's where I was going wrong. And I had to realize that I am my own worst enemy. Nobody can take this away from me but God. And I got to show God that I want to live. I got to show God that I want to be here. I got to show God that I found a purpose and that I need Him to help me fulfill it. I had tarot card readings. I had been prophesied to, and they've all said that my purpose is to advocate. And I wasn't sure how, and I wasn't sure where, I wasn't sure why that was a purpose for me. I didn't know why they kept seeing that in the cards for me. And it was said to me a few times, you have such a sensual voice. I hate it. I feel like it's raspy, like I got a smoker's cough. But they said people listen to you and people follow you and people hate on you, but it's all because you are a walking testimony. And I am here to say, yes, I am, baby. I am a walking testimony. I do not look like what I am going through. Okay. I decided to do this real, and I decided to do this raw, and I decided to do this vulnerable and emotional and open, because I could have went the direction of, oh, let me get cute and let me go into a studio and let me have the cute background and let me do this and let me do that. I could have went that direction, but that's not who I am. Don't get me wrong. Eventually, I may want to pop out like that every now and then, but what I wanted this to be is I wanted it to be real, and I wanted it to be raw, and I wanted it to be relatable. I wanted the listener to be able to listen to me and hear my heart's cry. I wanted the listener to listen to me and realize that I see you, that I hear you, that I am you, that you are not alone, that you will find purpose, that you will be okay. No matter what the doctors are saying, no matter what people are saying, no matter what they got on paperwork, baby, my paperwork said terminal. And I said, oh, if y'all are giving me that type of sentence, then I am going to live it to the fullest. And I'm going to advocate that I want everybody to please go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Go get yourself checked. Go get yourself together. Go for your mammograms, and men to get your prostate checked. I know y'all a little palsy about that, but you need it, because if you wait until the last minute, I promise you, you will suffer. They want to pump you with all type of meds. They want you to be worse off because they benefit from you being worse off. Think about it. Before I got sick, I ain't have high blood pressure. I ain't had no diabetes. I was the perfect bill of health. The only thing that I had with me is a little bit of obesity, because baby, one thing about me, I'm gonna eat. But I was in the gym and I was working on that and I was losing the weight. But boom, here they go. You got MS, and now I got high blood pressure. Now I gotta take pills for this. I gotta take pills to wake up in the morning. I gotta take pills to stay up in the middle of the day. I gotta take pills to go to sleep at night. Now I am pumped with the medicine every month. I gotta take this to stop my headaches. I gotta take this to stop the MS from progressing. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta take Wegovy to keep my weight down. I am pumped with the medicine that they're saying is necessary to keep me comfortable. Yeah, you heard that right, to keep me comfortable. That's literally all they're saying that they can do for me, is keep me comfortable. So imagine me not living my life to the fullest. Imagine me not getting on here and telling my story so that others won't have to go through the same things. Go to the doctor and advocate for yourself. Nobody knows your body like you do. Do not listen to them when they say, oh, you're okay. Do not listen to them when they say, oh, well, this looks fine. You know how you feel. You know what you're going through. You know how you feel. You know what works and what isn't working. You know your body better than anyone else. Advocate for yourself. Make them listen. Don't allow them to rush you in and out of the room. Don't allow them to say, okay, here you go. That's it. Take these pills. No. Try to do it the natural way first. Try to work out. Try to change your diets. Try to change your habits. Try to change everything. Try other things first. Try other sources before you get hooked on these medications, and you have to stay there. I am advocating for any and everybody that feels some type of way. The littlest headache, the slightest pain, it doesn't really matter what it is or what it could be. I need you to realize that you are in control of your own destiny. The actions that you take, the moves that you make, the way that you go through life is completely up to you. God's out there, He got your back, but He's only going to piggyback on the decisions that you make. If you choose to go out and drink every weekend or multiple times a week, touche, have a ball, baby, but realize the damage that it's doing to your body and your mind. If you choose to go out and have sex and be with multiple partners and be promiscuous, baby, have a ball too, but realize the damage that it's doing to your body. Realize the soul ties that you are entangling. Realize all of the other demons that you're attaching to yourself from the other people and whoever they're with that you don't even know about. You are in control of your own destiny. Trust me, I have been there and I have done that. And sometimes I still do dabble and do that. But I am learning from my mistakes. And that's all God is asking for you to do, is to learn from your mistakes. He's asking for you to go for gold. He's asking for you to be, what I say? I said real and raw, baby. I said real and raw. Some mosquito flying around in here. I'm a little juicy. Uh, God is asking for you to make the decisions that you need to make that are best for your life. God has a purpose and He has a plan, but the road that you take to get there is completely up to you. Once I realized that I was on a path to destruction, baby, I was down bad. Okay, I was about to tap out. It was KO, and ain't nobody know it. Okay, my motto used to be, my doors open always. Like, I never locked my door, because if y'all see me and I don't move for a couple of days, come find me. I used to tell my friends that. My friends knew to either check the front door or the back door. I had cameras all around my house, so I saw everything. But If you don't see me for a couple of days, come find me. If that doesn't scream depression, if that doesn't um, scream for help, that was a cry out for help, you feel me? Me and my bed go together real bad has always been my motto, okay? Big, beautiful king size bed. It was extra comfortable. Me and my bed went together real bad. And I chalked that up to depression. I thought that I was just tired. I thought I was overworked. I thought I was just doing too much. I thought I was outside for too long. But mind you, I didn't really drink. I didn't really do too much. When my body started to go numb, I thought I took too many vitamins. It's crazy because that is literally, I had taken some vitamins one day and it was some new vitamins that I never had before. And the next day, my body was numb. Like my arms were very, very numb. And I was panicking a little bit. I was like, yo, I think I overdosed on vitamins. Is that possible? Like I was trying to take it back to school on that one. But I was like, yo, something's wrong. And from that day on, I would like tell people, yo, I need you to run out to my car to get some gabapentin. I had gabapentin from somebody, and I was like, yo, can you run to my car and get some gabapentin? My arms was tingling. I was like, yo, I was self medicating. Baby, I was smoking weed bad. I was on shrooms. Okay. I was microdosing every day on shrooms. And that was the only way that I could function. Like it was, I had to be high in order to work. I had to be high in order for it to take the pain away. I was hurting so bad. I was so sick. I had lost myself. I had given up on getting myself together every day. I had given up on the way that I live life. I had given up on everything. And then, boom, I realized that I was at my wits' end. I found somebody to help me with my children, and I moved away. I moved away to try to heal myself. That's what I thought was happening. I thought I was going to be able to heal myself. I thought I needed a break from reality. I thought I needed to switch up from my job. I moved 2 hours, 3 hours away from my kids. I left everything. And I was up there. Nobody knew who I was. When I was away, my name was Sarah. I got a new phone number, I moved away and my name was Sarah. And I didn't want to keep living the life that I had. But my kids were here, so I was home every weekend for football practices. I was here to make sure that my son got to do what he wanted to do. I made sure that my kids were at doctor's appointments. I still did everything while I lived away separate from them. Eventually I had to move my kids in, and I guess the stress from all of that is what triggered my MS to come to the forefront. Because baby, I was stressed out. I was stressed out. I had to quit my job making almost $100,000 a year because it was an hour away from my house. And I couldn't leave three kids in the house all day, all night um, while I was at work because I was a manager. My hours were long, okay? So I couldn't leave my kids at home. I couldn't trust them to be there by themselves at that time. And I had to quit that job and I went back to being a bartender waitress and I was struggling. I went from doing real good to doing real bad, and it was like an overnight thing. So I felt like I was back in hustle mode. I was back in grind mode. I was back in finesse mode. I was back in going back and forth to Delaware mode because I needed the bread. I needed the bread. So I've been a hustler for as long as I can remember. I've worked multiple jobs at a time for as long as I can remember. I've done things on the side for as long as I can remember because I like nice things and I like to be able to shop. And I was raised very well. Okay. I had a really great childhood. I was beyond spoiled. I got any and everything that I wanted. We lived in a nice house and apartments were nice after, like, as I was growing up. Everything has been nice. I was the one that changed over to the hood life when I turned 18. I don't even know why I even settled for the hood life. I don't know why I settled for Section 8 apartments or HUD apartments. I don't know why I settled for the last 15 years of my life. No clue what switched on me, why I became a low valued woman. I think it was the sickness of my mom and then her death that took a toll on me. But as I talked about that with my therapist, it just kind of opened up something in me. It kind of just reminded me that I am a high value woman. Like I really am. Anything that I want, I get from myself. I don't rely on a man for anything. I don't rely on like child support or anything for my kids. I'm not looking for a new dad. I'm not looking for help. Um, I am figuring it out day by day. I run my own businesses. I do all of my things. I'm just now getting everything together paperwork wise, and organized. That way, in the event of something happening to me, people will know what to do and how to do because everything is in one place. Um, I am planning for generational wealth. I believe that my kids deserve more. I believe that because my childhood was good, my kids deserve a childhood that's better. And I also feel like I failed at that, if that makes sense. I feel like I failed at giving them the life that they deserve. And I try not to let them see me feel that way, if that makes sense. Because my kids are happy and they're okay and they're understanding. And I'm so grateful for the people, the young people that they are, because I'd be down on myself when they're grateful and appreciative of me just for what it is that I do. Don't get me wrong, my kids don't want for nothing. Okay, my kids are beyond spoiled. They literally don't have to ask twice for something. If they say they want something, it's already done. In the back of my mind, it's already bought. I don't tell them that I bought it, but I know I'm gonna buy it. Um, so I feel like my kids are good. I just want, you know how everybody wants their kids to have a better life than they did when they were growing up. And my life was pretty good. So don't know what, I don't know what more it is that I want to do or how I want to do it or why I want to do it. But I believe all parents feel that way. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe all parents feel like they want their kids to have more than they did. I believe all parents feel like they owe their kids more. And no matter how much they do for their kids, it still doesn't feel like enough. I know I'm not alone when I say that, but I don't know. I feel like I built my businesses so that my children will have generational wealth. I built my businesses so they can decide whether they want to work for one of the companies that we own or they want to hire people to take care of them while they just check on them and manage them. When I manifest, I write it down, and I write it down that my businesses are fruitful, and I write it down that they are providing opportunities for people to work with us that we can trust. I'm manifesting big business. I'm manifesting takeover. I'm manifesting money, and for lack of better words, I'm manifesting my way through life because I was taught at a young age that if I had faith the size of a mustard seed, that all will be well. And my faith is bigger than the size of the mustard seed. I know that God is the reason why I'm here today. And I apologize to those who are not religious. However, I know that God got me here today in front of you, with you listening to me, with me advocating for us, with us connecting on in a way that we will be blessed. I know that I am grateful for everything that I have. I know that I'm grateful for everything that I'm going to have, and I pray for the ability to maintain the things that I do have. I pray for the ability to keep. Oh my gosh, I'm off. Sorry. Told you this is real and raw, unedited. Maybe I'm sitting in my car with the windows down because the breeze is nice, and I feel like I can chat better um, in an element where I feel safe. And my car is one of the places where I feel safe. I feel like if I'm going to come real and if I'm going to come raw, then I need to do it in a space where I've cried, in a space where I've laughed, in a space where I've understood, in a space where I didn't understand. I've gone through every emotion in the book in this car. I've been super vulnerable in this car. I feel like if I'm going to communicate with you guys, if I'm going to chat with you all, then this is a space that it will be, because, like I said, I'm coming to you real, and I'm coming to you raw, and I'm coming to you vulnerable. I'm coming to you this way first because I feel like you need to know me. I feel like you need to know what it is that I go through and what it is that I'm going through, and that I hear you, and that I see you, and that you are not alone. I built my businesses to help those like me. I built my businesses to give everybody a safe outlet where they can be safe, where they can be free, where they can be themselves without judgment, without um, ridicule. I built my businesses for the gays. I built my businesses for the straights. I built my businesses for any and everyone that comes into contact or into space with me. They are safe. They are happy. They are returning. I make sure that my businesses are fruitful and plenty. And what I mean by that is anything that you sow into me, I promise you that you'll receive 10 times more. You book a massage with me, it'll probably be one of the best times that you've had in your life, whether it's with me or somebody that works with me. Um, if you book me, my company, to bartend one of your events, I promise you, your guests will have a time. Okay. I believe that the bartender set the tone. The DJ can't get the crowd going if they're not a little soft. I believe that anybody that works with me has the same belief that I do, and we make sure that the crowd has a ball, whether it's a wedding or a party or whatever it is that we are contracted for. If you used to book suites with me, you know that my flavors were different. You know that my flavors were elevated. You know that my flavors were plugged in. Okay. You know that anything that came from me or my kitchen was healthy, and it was safe, and it was um, something that you definitely wanted again and again and again. Anything, if you have me in your establishment to look at your alcohol portion of your business, trust and believe that I will elevate that to the fullest, and that you will benefit 10 times fold. I will show you all the tricks and the tips, and I will not gatekeep um, anything that it is needed from you. I built my businesses for so that we can be personal. I love a face to face. I love I love a text message. Let me run that back. I love it. I'm a great texter because baby, I got MS. Sometimes I be forgetting what I be asking for, but I do love the fact that I am able to connect. I'm able to connect with the viewers. I'm able to connect with the listeners. I'm able to connect with anyone that I come in contact with. When I was growing up, my mom used to speak to everybody. Like, she was just chatting in the grocery store. I used to be like, "Oh my God, mom, come on. Like, you don't even know this lady. Like, why is we standing here talking to her?" And now I look back, and that is me today. Everywhere I go, people talk to me. Just randomly, just out in the open. I know everybody's whole life story. It is a blessing and a curse, because sometimes I really just do not be feeling like it. Okay. Sometimes I don't be feeling like it, but I still listen, and I still laugh, and I still show interest, and I'm still respectful. And I have met some really great people in life. I've met some really great people with some really great dogs. I've met some really great people with some issue. I don't even know. But I know that I've come across some really great people in life, and that is because I take pride in who I am and what I do and how I do it. But I want to thank you for listening to this first episode with me on the Kiara Nicole Experience. Just know that you are not alone. I see you and I hear you and I feel you and I am right here with you. Thank you for tuning in.